Morning. How are you guys doing? Morning. Oh, hey, Lyra's on. Hi, Lyra. Golly. I'm having issues with recording anything. You guys, the Dino Talk, legit on 3 separate phones with it screen recorded with people who 2 other people recorded it for me, sent it to my email. YouTube will not let me upload that video. And I don't want to use my daughter's iPad I don't want to put YouTube on my daughter's iPad, obviously. So I don't know. It's that video. I'm testing out other things. I was able to upload the first live before I did that one. I just can't do this one. I'm not even naming it. I'm not even calling it anything. Like, I'm not using any keywords. We've spent, seriously, 2 hours last night that Jeff and I could have been doing anything else. We were trying to get this video uploaded and it won't upload. And today I'm testing out, I was like, okay, let me try this 14-minute video really quick. And that's working. So it's just not working. It's just not working. Have I ever gotten into trouble for that? I don't know, and I hope not. I might have to make the YouTube private if I can, because I'm thinking I have to get off the Instagram platform soon here to just do YouTube lives, since those can at least record in live time, then they do save. I haven't heard of that many problems, but I would probably just make that platform private if that's the case, because I don't know what else to do from this point on. I try to screen record, it's such a pain. I'm on this one trying to record, and that never saves. I don't even get the option anymore. You know how after you do a live, Instagram gives you an option to save video? I don't have that option to my phone. So on one of the other lines, we're upstairs trying to record it. Sometimes the volume records, sometimes it doesn't. It's such a mess for what? I don't even know. I don't even know why I'm doing this. It's okay. So I have to figure out how I'm going to do. Oh, look, all the comments just uploaded now. I got a bunch of comments. Can you edit something else on the beginning? Yes, so our phones are fully updated, which, by the way, the software now is 13.1. Did you guys notice that when you were updating your iPhones? I was like, ugh, I think it's 13.12 or something, but I was still it's do you want to upgrade? But yeah, they're upgraded. Well, it's an older phone. It's an iPhone 8. But I refuse. I said it in the other talk. I think that the phones nowadays are just being designed to only last you 1 year, so that you're forced to buy their new phones. You're forced to constantly be a slave to the Apple. Which now I'm just the apple, the forbidden fruit, and but I don't want to do that. I was no, phones back then used to just last and last. I mean, seriously, we found Jeff's he had an old rundown, Zach phone from Saved by the Bell. He had an old phone when him and I started dating. The first couple years Jeff and I were dating, he was using a phone that was already 5-6 years old, that I was living in LA, he was in San Diego, we'd be on the phone together, and because for me, I'm communication's a big deal. So he's I don't really like talking on the phone. I'm well, if you're gonna be with a girl like me, you're gonna just need to figure that out, because it's not gonna work if, I'm not just gonna see you one day out of the week and we don't talk the rest of the week. So poor guy would be on his phone and he'd literally be the phone worked. Reception was great and crystal clear. It's just, it would be burning his ear. After 10 minutes, the battery would feel like he was holding fire, but it worked. And now our phones they're jacked up, That's what I said. I didn't even want to turn in my phone because I had 13,000 memes saved on this phone, and you can't find half of these memes anymore. Try looking up some of these awesome memes. You just can't find them. Memes are the best thing ever. People get offended by memes. for just that point, I know this is so Enneagram 8. The more I'm looking into like the Enneagram thing, thanks to you guys, I'm like, man, yeah, I guess I'm such an 8. Because you'll see people lose their minds over a picture. Like a picture, you know, with words on it. So, anyway, enough about my technical problems, my technical difficulties here. I know, I'm forced to it. My computer and my laptop are both 5 or 6 years old at this point. They're starting to I can't even take stuff off this phone and upload them into a hard drive that's separate because the computer can't read it and it just freezes. So, I don't know. It's really stupid. I hate all of this. It's still, right? The reception's still crappy. Everything still sucks. It doesn't work. And you're going, gee, what's with all this new technology? What's with all this extra zap? Now we got 5G everywhere, these Gwen towers. Our faces feel like they're melting off. Get yourself some EMF protectors over your phone. But when you're near one of these, your face feels like it's on fire. You're just like, God, it tingles. Yeah, because it's emitting stuff. But the reception's getting worse. Oh, but the pictures are getting nicer. The camera's getting nicer. So the guy who's watching you, your CIA angel and your FBI angel, these guys, right, that watch your stuff, that's for them. So they can have a wide-angle view of where you're at. Not so you can take a wide-angle panoramic picture. Oh, my God. And then you have people that are like, Saffron Jade and I were messaging with each other last night after this Jami debacle that just, man, this woman, I kid you not. Just know if I'm ever trolling online, I'm likely also sitting back here. I'm not with a violin, but I'm likely sitting back here just pumping away, so it doesn't even bother me. But yeah, she was talking about some follower that, was worried, oh my gosh, if they're watching us, and she's like, you have nothing to be worried about if you still believe dinosaurs are real, and if you still believe all the other narratives, you're not on a watch. We're all on a watch list, but you're not really being watched, because you're not coming out saying anything. So you're okay. You're actually fine for now. Meanwhile, the rest of us, when the hits the fan, you're going to have no way to contact any of us. So you better start taking charge of your own life right now. What did I say? Why is everybody sending me that there's earthquakes going on in California? I know there's earthquakes going on in California. We talked about how that was going to happen over a week ago when they shut off the grid because it takes a lot of power to generate earthquakes. So it's cool. It's going to keep happening. But if you want to keep living in a state like that, that's actually crazy town, then by all means. Speaking of which, I don't live in California. And yeah, I have the same questions as you guys. Where was everybody? Where was storming anything? Where were all these people for these hearings during AB 262 when they literally passed the worst of it all? And Lyra was with me on June 10, June 11, where everybody was freaking out about SB 276, and we were like, this one is actually worse. AB 262 is actually martial law. And nobody was going to those hearings. Nobody, granted, they were come on, who signs bills on the weekend? But you know what I mean with the bit of the charade? If you were there and you were protesting to bring attention to the topic, to bring attention to the fact that medical freedom is under attack in America, then cool. That's why most of us were there to begin with. But if you were actually hoping for a solution, stop it. Save your dimes. Save your pennies. Buy things that will matter for your own life, for your own survival. Stop funding and supporting people that will take your money and literally do jack with it. If you want to donate to somebody then that's on you, and just imagine that you put wings on your dollars and they flew away, okay? Because all of these people have their pockets lined with as good intention as some people have. How are you going to convince somebody who's already taken money from pharma in the hundreds of thousands to just vote no all of a sudden? They're not going to do it. I don't know how to continue to, you got people that are sitting back thinking like, well, I guess I can just sit at home, do nothing, and just give like my last $10 to this person who seems to be doing something. That person's not doing anything with your money, just letting you know, okay? He's not doing anything with your money. Nothing's happening with it. And I don't want to be that person to tell you that nothing is happening with your money, but you don't want to listen to me, and you just so do what you want. In another life, I would have done that. I should just have my puppet on hand and just practice that way. I think I can do it. I think if I practice long enough, I might be able to figure this out, and things will be great. They'll be great, and I just need to practice on this. So I can't practice on this because I'm so consumed by all this other stuff here. Okay. That's a great way to be like, I didn't say that. That wasn't me. Do I have issues? Or do the spooky Jamies of the world have issues? Yes. Okay, what happened with that one, right? Like, I was not purposefully going out of my way to bully some chick in California. Just so if you guys were watching the stories, I was not. Some people have been sending me some of her videos, okay? And just so happened to last night, I know I have like, what's crazy about it, I have over 100 messages in my inbox that I probably should get back to. So people are like, oh my gosh, is she really ignoring me because she has the time? She doesn't have the time to get back to all my medical questions, which I've said I won't answer medical questions. But she's got all this time to troll somebody like, yes, you need to hear it. I have the time to highlight and showcase why arguing with people like this is so futile. Yes, I'm doing it in drops, okay? But you notice, I don't take it seriously. I'm not sitting back. I don't maybe call it, what could it have been? It's not just a personality complex. Because, yeah, I mean, I was made fun of and I had to get a thick skin. You know, when you're made fun of as a kid, when you're really short your whole life, and you have two choices. If somebody makes fun of you, you can either cry about it and just like cuddle in a kid, or you can start, practicing some comebacks, figuring things out. Like my dad always taught me, just, you only need to say one thing to people. Jesus would shame people. And so, but I did it in the wrong way. So I'll share that maybe another day because you guys will really judge the hell out of me right now. But I was a kid and I was being made fun of. Like I was going to school in LA, public school in LA, okay? I had a rolly bag because we had to carry 50 pounds worth of books to school. And I was only 50 something pounds. Like when the Santa Ana winds hit, you guys, I was in the air flying. My classmates were like, whoa, I was flying. I know what it feels like to fly because the teachers, it was PE. They were like, everybody get back in. And I was like running, right? Running. And the winds just push. And I was in the air doing this. And it's like from a freaking movie. All my classmates were below me going, oh, like I was in the air. So I'm telling you, like these backpacks, my dad was like, all these books are going to stunt your growth. So we actually did the genius thing. We went to Fedco. Who remembers Fedco? It was before Target. Fedco. No one? So we go to Fedco and he gets me a rolly bag. And that's where all my books were. So imagine every day your bag is getting kicked in an LA school where I'm only 12 and we're in a school between 6th grade to 12th grade. Like not 9th grade to 12th grade. So I was going to school with like 12th graders like kicking my bag. Oh, you going to the airport? Because kids are mean. Because kids are really awful. So if you're going to send your kid to a public school, you kind of better gear them up for some stuff too. You're sending them to the jungle. So if your kid already has that personality where kids are killing themselves over being made fun of. So of course my dad was like, you only need to say one thing to people sometimes. You know, you sit back with it. Don't like lash out at them. Just sit back and think, what is something I can say to, you know, granted, I've gotten better over the years. But in the beginning, when he first advised me with this, it was bad, guys. I mean, I'm talking, I was ending up in detention bad. The things I would say were making kids cry because I'd go there. I'd go to, like, somebody would literally steal my milk and call me a shrimp. And I'd be like, well, at least my dad's not dead. You know, like bad, like so bad. But okay, I'm like 11, 12, okay? And it was like, of course. So then when my dad has to come in and talk to me, he's like staring at me like, I said, think like Jesus. Would Jesus say that? And I was like, you told me to say one thing to make them not make fun of me ever again. You know, I was that kid. Yeah, whatever. Okay, you know what? So my point is, maybe I've matured since then. I've seriously matured since then, big time. See, like, oh, I'm the a-hole. I didn't come up to the random kid and grab their milk, Monica. Like, you know, chocolate milk was like gold in freaking elementary school. We know now what it is. Oh my gosh, I froze. We know now what chocolate milk really is, right? It's all crap. So it's a good thing that these kids were jacking my chocolate milk anyway. I probably would have had a few other issues with my health right now. But, you know, they took my milk. I would have had gut issues. I had friends that would, for their lunch every day, they would eat a bag of hot Cheetos and drink the chocolate milk. All gut issues. So I was minding my own business. And these kids would come up to me and do stuff like that. Come on. Where am I going with this? Okay, so Spooky Jamie. So we have this chick named Jamie, living in California somewhere, who hates anti-vaxxers. And the thing is, most people like Jamie hate us. Like, they hate us. And you guys saw the videos of her and what she says. And she actually has a way worse video that I didn't post. I was only able to, so of course, she blocks my first account. Because she does this video where she's pissed about, where is it? It's like 15 seconds, right? For those that didn't catch it. And you won't be able to because her account is now private. But I don't think that's my fault either. I think that's because a lot of you guys jumped on there and maybe said something. Because I didn't even say anything bad. Here we go. I didn't say anything bad at all. Like, at all. So this was her first video. Let me flip this to here. This is the one I was talking about.
Really sick of this organic bullshit in Costco. Organic has been scientifically proven to be worse for the environment because it requires tons of highly toxic pesticides, 3 times more land and way more water. Thanks, Costco, for contributing to climate change. You guys should, you anti-vaxxers, if you actually did any research, you would know those essential oils you use instead of life-saving vaccines are far more likely to kill your child. Vaccines save lives. The reason why you don't vaccinate is because you hate your kids and you wish they were dead. You all should have either used birth control or had an abortion instead of giving birth to a child that you're going to murder via measles. Friendly reminder to you, dear anti-vaxxers and chubby chasers who keep sending me unsolicited messages on this app, save your time. I don't read them. I just delete them. I don't accept your requests. I delete them. I delete them. I need to say this again and again because some of you are so freaking brainwashed you can't understand English. Anti-vaxxers, you don't love your children. If you did, you would vaccinate them. Chubby chasers, I'm asexual, which means I don't feel sexual attraction, so I don't care how much into fat chicks you are. I'm not into you, and I never will be. All right? So stop wasting your time with me.
All right, Jamie. We'll stop wasting our time with you. Well, so, okay, what happened is, I know, she's seriously, you guys, that is, if you were ever wondering what the picture of vaccine-loving, GMO-loving, climate change, like, there you go. Do you want your health advice from somebody like that? Cool. Many of you got very triggered by her because you ended up on her Facebook, which looks worse. She's just like, she's not even listening and looking at her own damn timeline. Her timeline on her Facebook is like awful. It's all these health issues. It's visits to the doctor. They're telling her she needs gastric bypass. She's just like, I don't want to do any of that. Like, I'm like, and she's real. Like, this is real. This is a real person. This is a real person. And like, I told you, the only, this one is really tough because, okay, all she did was post the first Costco video is the only one I saw where I was like, oh man. So all I commented on there was, is this satire? Because this is brilliant. Like, I honestly thought how great of an account like this, if I had all the free time in the world, I'd have a separate account, which is what my Tell You Like It Was supposed to be. But I'd have a separate account where I am like the pro-GMO, pro-vax version of myself. Like, I just like, you know, I would have loved to do that, but people probably would have not understood and not got it. So I was like, is this satire? And she pretty much deletes my comment, but she saw on my page that I, you know, promoted detox. She's like, this. So of course she made those comments. So then she blocks my personal account. I'm like, guys, I can't see it anymore. So then I jumped on my Metal Detox account to offer her the detox. And like, if she gets back to me, I'll send her a bottle for free. Honestly. I'm not even kidding. And then I went on my other account and she blocked that one too. But she also has this separate side account. Now, after all these 3 accounts were blocked, I was like, Jeff. So I like took Jeff's phone and he was just like, can we not? Can we not? Because I keep like grabbing his phone and using it. I had to take his phone and I was like, before I'm like, I know she's probably going to go private. I had to screen record some of her talks. She has a few talks on there, you guys, that are actually very dark and disturbing. So, you know, the mom that recently lost her baby, the Justice for Evie. Yeah, she goes there and she pretty much calls the mom a murderer and says that the mother is lying about vaccinating her kid and that vaccines did this to her kid. So I'm telling you, like, if you're feeling bad for 1 second, don't feel too bad. I didn't want to post that video to end the night with because I was like, this is gonna, it can get really, really bad. But so many of you went on Facebook anyway, went on, you know, Instagram anyway. She has a public account. She actually does, and it's called Spooky Jami. And it is terrifying. And she's really into, she's like my secondary account where I can freely post spookier stuff that doesn't fit my main account. And you're going, you have worse? Like, you have scarier stuff? So you guys were sending me this last night and a few of us were just like crying, like, it's so bad. And it looks like this. I don't really want to play too much, but like, this is the person that's judging you. This is the person that thinks you don't deserve your kids, by the way. This is Spooky Jami wearing her vaccines cause adults t-shirt. Okay. Spooky Jami. It's public and she uses this TikTok app, which I now want to download. And she makes videos like this.
And this is Melody with her marvelous measles. Parents, are you afraid that your spouse secretly got your child vaccinated? Did your mother feed them something that was not non-GMO project verified? Is Monsanto spraying chemtrails full of vaccines and Roundup over your house? Did your child breathe the air of somebody who is not white? And now you're afraid they're going to grow up to be an autistic gay Satanist? Well, I've got the product for you. Miracle Mineral Solution. 5 ounces used as an enema daily, mixed with essential oils and Epsom salts, will purge all that autism and gayness out of your child. Detox today with Miracle Mineral Solution.
I'm sorry, hold on. Just, oh my gosh, I'm just saying.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream, make him all pale with eyes.
Oh my god, so she loves vampires. I'm sorry, I'm just, you guys, okay, but she does these, okay, you guys, come on. Can we not This is this is what happens, you guys, when you love vaccines and GMOs. Like, if you love vaccines and GMOs, this is what could happen to you and your children. I just need you guys to see this. And she's just, her posts, she's a selfie stick, like.
Just a word to the wise from denizens of the underworld.
So you know what? I will let you, when you have the time, check that out for yourself. Okay. It's not everybody that's like that. She's an extreme case. She's also, as you saw, asexual, which means she just has no libido. She doesn't have any kind of drive or longing to be with a person, whether they're male or female, but she really likes staying at home with this TikTok app and like baby dolls and vampires, and she'll call you brainwashed right away while literally parroting CNN news. That's what we're up against. What's scary, so there's two sides to this coin, okay? This is why you have to be able to have this, like, about you. You cannot take life too seriously. Not everybody made it on the ark for a reason, right? Right? You can't drag people onto the ark. There's a lot of things here. I mean, some of the girls, my comments are just not even as bad as what a lot of other people have said, so that's okay. When the hits the fan, yes, people like this will be actually applauding and loving seeing babies being ripped from their mother's arms and being force vaccinated. Yes. These are the people on the sidelines that will be cheering for that, okay? You won't be able to change their minds. As you've seen, oh God, she does the Ouija board things too. She's all into it. She's into all of this. Okay, no. I'm going to turn this off. Demons be gone. Demons be gone. But if you have your together, meaning like, if you're out on your property in the middle of who knows where, because you're not going to tell anybody where you go, and you've got your stuff going, you got your greenhouse, you got your setup enough to where you're not flocking first to the FEMA Walmart camps, okay? These people will be the first in line at the FEMA Walmart camps too. So if you don't have things in order and set up, you have time, let's start figuring this out. There is a food shortage, and people like this, I won't. Also, they're promoting cannibalism, right? You've seen how they're trying to normalize cannibalism. If you haven't been awake to that, start looking up some articles on like mainstream media type articles where they're trying to normalize cannibalism in a little bit of a way. Well, would you rather kill 5 people for like the meat, or just like one spooky Jamie? Meanwhile, though, the rest of us are going to be sitting back, as Nicole said it best, just on a porch somewhere. Nicole said she's going to be sipping on her homemade prickly pear. Not giving about these people. And they're, I know it would be bad meat, but you know what? Hey, I hate to be that person, and I'll still eat it. Your grass-fed, organic anything is vaccinated animal. You know that, right? Do I have to be that person right now? I'm not telling you to buy the other crap that's not grass-fed. I'm just telling you. I've gotten into it with a lot of people on this before, where I said, look, just because it says organic, I'm not telling you to not buy organic. She had a point where she says all of these pesticides and toxins to be sprayed on organic food have been approved. So they do still spray it with, it's better than the latter, though. It is going to be better than the GMO thing. I mean, unless you're ready to like raise your own cows, buy from a local farm. I've said this before with people. If you can support small farms, local farms that actually, they do raise their cows there and they do raise their chickens. And a lot of these chicken farmers don't like to vaccinate their chickens. Like they'll order the vaccines via mail because you could do that. And they won't put the chickens through the vaccines because they notice that the chickens have really bad reactions. Go figure. But it's organic meat. You know, go support people like that. You're going to be paying a little bit more, but find somebody to split the cow. I told you, we got you could get a half cow or all organic from like a local farm. It was like $1,300, but that's like all the meat you're going to need for the whole year. They literally butcher everything up for you into pieces. They wrap it in this like thick paper. You put it in your freezer, and that's like the meat that you're eating. You know, you can do that. And that's... So, this is just the time we're in right now. But the likes of I've shared this multiple times with people when it comes to arguing with like relatives too. You have people that are still arguing with relatives and friends from high school. Talia, I need a link to this. How do I prove it to this person? How do I prove? Don't. Is your time precious or is it not? Because if you haven't convinced yourself 100%, you have no business trying to go and convince other people. Because it sounds like you yourself are not convinced. So convince yourself first is always my first. Second, before you go and try to convince other people, like the Jamies of the world, do you yourself know how to build a chicken coop from scratch? Do you know how to pick a lock? Do you know how to start a car without the keys? Like, do you know basic little skills like this? Because if your answer is no, you literally could write down a list of 1,000 other things to do with your day and with your precious time, then argue with people who adamantly believe that vaccines were scientifically researched and designed to keep them healthy. Do I have to say that again? These people will never, maybe in a long shot, but like you don't have the time to wait around for that. I'm going with never with somebody like a Jamie. Never going to be able to go beyond the brainwashing and indoctrination to see what we all see once you're awake. Depopulation. Genocide. Okay? The deliberate incapacitation with disabilities changes to the DNA. We're altering DNA here, you guys. We're changing the DNA. Autoimmune disorders, chronic ailments, lowered IQ, brain damage, which ends up getting a result of autism on the big autism spectrum. Autism is damage to the brain. The brain got damaged somewhere along the way. Just like fainting is a nicer way of saying that oxygen didn't make its way up to your brain and your body collapsed. Well, fainting sounds nicer. So let's just tell them that fainting is very common with the HPV. Like dementia, Alzheimer's. How many of you can figure out what's really going down? It's only the stealthy, the few of us who can. Okay, that's it. But the destruction and deliberate downgrading of human beings into a slave state is all that's left for those of us that survive these toxic injections. Was that a little bit too, do you still want me to talk to your mother-in-law? Do you still want me to talk to your brother who's a doctor about this? Like, really? I got a lot of other stuff to do with my time. Clearly, I have 80 other rabbit holes and things to ruin for people. I love how many of you, after last week's talk, got into Operation Paperclip. Thank you. Okay? Bayer. The fact that Bayer was and who's Bayer linked with right now? Monsanto, right? Bayer bought Monsanto. You guys, Bayer? Oh, I cannot wait. One day soon here, I'm going to get into, and it's going to be a really deep, dark conversation that we're going to have together. But I got to get down the rabbit hole of the water lie. How our water literally, the reason we're fighting with each other. Oh, this water's better than this water. Well, this water doesn't. Well, are you keeping in good minerals? Are you keeping? They have purposefully demineralized the water. And you know who was involved in that hundreds of years ago doing this? The Bayer family. Bayer. The fact that Bayer was a part of a human experiment, a big part of human experimentation in Auschwitz. They were, and they're now making all of our vaccines and our medicine and psychiatric drugs should set off alarms like no other in you. This is why I know I've gotten a little bit like, ugh, along the way. Somebody pointed out, she's like, I was watching all of your beginning highlights, like your vitamin K, your DTaP, your Vax history, and you sounded like nicer. I know. I was still talking about like wine. I was posting up other things on the daily. Like I was posting up stuff with my kids, me, our life. I didn't have I was normal. And I was like, I couldn't teach my close friends and family the way I'm teaching now. There just would have been no way that like, damn. And yeah, I guess I could dumb it down again if you guys need me to. This is why I've had highlights that are like, when people, do you have a Hep A highlight yet? Do you have a this highlight yet? Like literally, I'm just like, poison. Poison, poison, poison. It's all poison. Hi guys, so today we're going to talk about the Hep A vaccine. And poison! It's fucking poison! Stop poisoning your fucking kids! So clearly, I'm no longer equipped to handle the beginning stages of this topic, and that's okay. You guys are catching me in very funky times, okay? A lot of you are catching me in the time, it's okay. I'm growing too. I mean, my growth's been stunted. I do have suspicion that vaccines cause growth development issues, but, stunted. Oh, he'll go back down. He'll go back. I just yelled and I woke my baby. Poison. My husband's giving me very loving looks right now. This house is too echoey. This wouldn't happen if I had just like a smaller space. I don't need this much space. I've told him this before many times. It's my fault. Okay. So, Bayer, top it off with the fact that they've merged with Monsanto so that they can now sell you, and this is pausing, now they get to sell you seeds to grow the food that you're spraying with their poison that makes you sick so that you could buy their medication. It's like the biggest mind fuck. And they ruin the water. Like, no one's seeing, a lot of you are seeing this. What do we do then? What do we do? I don't know. What are you going to do? Don't come here. Like I said, take your last $5 and buy you some, organic seeds. Like, figure stuff out. The Auschwitz factory was not the only place where human testing was being conducted on victims. You had IG Farben in its own concentration camp. And there were Fritz Termeer, right? He was on the board of the IG Farben and planned satellite camps on Auschwitz. You guys know that 9 of these Auschwitz German Nazi scientists ended up working for NASA? Like, it's one big just freaking joke and circus at this point. An Auschwitz resident testimonial states there was a large ward where all the tuberculosis patients were kept. Bayer sent unmarked medicines to this ward. These were injected into the test subjects, causing them all to die. That's where a lot of our vaccine testing happened. How do they know these things? How do you know these things? Look up war history and look up the twin trials, like the German twins. or sorry, the Jewish twins that were just being experimented on. It's so messed up. All of the just human trial experiments, look at that for a second. Realize those people weren't charged as war criminals. They were flown to DC to conduct the same stuff here, to continue on with the experiments. You and I. We would be those slaves, It's like the slaves that were freed from Egypt after 400 years of slavery. Then they see already all these miracles, the Red Sea parts, all of that stuff. They saw that all of it. They saw the plagues, everything. They end up in the middle of the desert, and then what? They're whining. Well, things were better when we were slaves because at least they fed us. They're feeding you poison, but they fed us. This is why you don't get to see the promised land. Do you understand? This is why your generation will not be able to see the gift on the other side of the mountain. That's where we're at right now. That maybe we won't be able to see the gift, but our kids will, our woke kids and then their kids, hopefully, because the next generation, if not ours, will rewrite history. All right? It's easy, I could tell my kids, look, dinosaurs don't really, they're myths. It's a bit one big myth. Like a unicorn is a myth, and they'll be my son will be kind of bummed for the afternoon, but he's not going to be as bummed as I was. He's not going to be as bummed as the rest of us who are seeing it now everywhere. Who is seeing it everywhere? You don't want to go. I'm going down way too many things right now. Looking into the more orthodox Bibles where they actually talk about the firmament, oh God, and then yes, God, and Satan really does not like when you discover the truth about the planet and all of this. He really doesn't like that when you discover these kind of things and these answers on your own. It's like a darkness. So, but none of these people received long prison terms. They were all released to continue to work in the German pharmaceutical industry. 1995, Bayer issued a public apology for the company's involvement in the Holocaust. That's it. 1995, Bayer did apologize for being involved in the Holocaust. Thank you. You're still making half of the FDA recalled drugs, though, that are stopping people's hearts. And you're still in business. And then you just bought Monsanto. And we're all still just pretending I need a vacation. Or do I? I don't know. Do I need a vacation? Here we are, we're flying everywhere, thinking that our flight patterns are going like this. What? It's so weird. I'm trying to go to London. I don't get why I have to go like this to this. You're actually just going straight. I'll let you do that on your own. There's a lot of pilots that have already kind of attested to this. You're not really doing none of that. You're actually just going as you're supposed to go. Another day. Another day. What else can I ruin? 8 to 14 presidents before George Washington? What happened there? What happened there? It's so refreshing to get to these points because notice that all the people, all the societies, all the coalitions, all the conspiracy theorists just get labeled. People are literally rolling their eyes to you. There was somebody that was going on a back and forth with me about that, they got so mad about the dinosaur thing. Okay? So mad. And I was going to screenshot it, but I'm I'll just save it. If they name call, that's the thing. If you name call, I'm going to not block out your name. That's how I roll. Okay? But just so mad. And then called me an idiot because I believed in God. And I was just whoa, in the same token, I thought we were all believing in stuff we couldn't see. I thought that's what this whole back and forth was about. So then what are they finding? What are those dragons. That's what they're finding. They're finding dragons. And they're just like revamping them to look like, well, you know what? This dragon head with this giraffe neck, okay? With this rhinoceros body, we could do something with that. Yeah. Okay. Let's do it. Do it then. See, everything gets ruined. And it's not me ruining it. It's the liars that are ruining it. They lied to you about all this stuff. Guys, I went down the turpentine rabbit hole too. I don't even know where to start. You guys want to see, okay, so right now, what's going on? The flu shot. You guys want to see, I'm going to save this because it's just beautiful. It's so beautiful. I hope it's all here. I'm not expecting anyone. I'm going to go by the movie An Eye for an Eye and just like not answer the door. You guys remember the Eye for an Eye movie? Terrible. Terrible. My mom made me watch that as a kid so that I would not answer the door to strangers. This is how I was raised. Whereas other parents are like, oh my God, that's like not a movie for kids. No, my mom was like, come here, Talia, watch this scene. And I was just, I'll never. I know. Wait, Lou Gracie, my red pill buddy tagged me in this. And I hope I didn't lose it now because typically that's what happens with all my... Oh, maybe this was too far gone. I'm going to post all of these to a story highlight again called the Flu Shot Chronicles because these are honestly making my day right now. Isn't that terrible? Like, it brings me a little bit of happiness. That's awful to even have to say. I just feel better when I see this stuff. It just gives me confidence in my choices. It gives me confidence in all my choices. So I'm going to just show a few, okay? If you go on Twitter, and I know Twitter's crap, right? But if you go on Twitter and you want to just... I'll save a bunch of these, okay? I'll put them in a separate highlight for you guys. And I'll try to be serious about it. But look at this, okay? It's like, I can't... These are all real accounts and what they're reporting because you're seeing the flu shot everywhere, right? So look at this. I got my flu shot today and my arm is 100% dysfunctional. Way to go, Vesta. Next. So I'm being scheduled for an ultrasound and a blood test and a specialist visit. I got a flu shot today. My wrist hurts like hell. Your body really does start falling apart, huh? Okay. My latest flu shot wrecked me. I hope yours treats you better. Got it. My arm tender from the flu shot. Well, I'm sorry about that. I got the flu shot today. Now I'm tripping. Well, I forgot how flu shots can give flu-like symptoms a few days after you get them. I forgot to get one last year. I was worried it was something else, but thankfully, I've been feeling better. Last time my brother got a flu shot, he lost sight in his right eye for 6 months. My grandmother had adverse reactions to flu shot. Like, okay, this is real life. This is real life, guys. My doctor really convinced me to get a flu shot, and now I'm out here feeling like I have the plague. Anne-Marie has a fever. Tonight is going to be a long night. Oh no, poor Anne-Marie. Teething has been the worst. She had her vaccines and flu shot Friday, so I don't know if it's a mixture or just from the teething. Probably from the flu shot. Lupita gets it. Lupita gets it. F that flu shot, bruh. That hurt. Yep. Why flu shot make arm hurt? Like, does your arm hurt so badly that you have missed spelling certain words to make a complete sentence? Like, does pressing buttons on your phone, on your screen, just the extra time it's going to take you to make a proper sentence, just out the window? Worst part about working in the medical field is being required to get the flu shot. Laughter and crying. I feel like when I got them by choice, it didn't hurt as much. My arm has been killing since this morning. Well, this is a medical professional. Med Bay. I hate that I'm forced to get the flu shot for many reasons, but mainly because it feels like my arm is falling off the bone after I get it. God. I just... And I'm supposed to just, like, not say anything? Who gets sick after every year's flu shot? This gal. All right, Erica with a K. I got my flu shot today, and now I can't stop sneezing. Figures. LOL. Let us know if it gets worse. I was planning on getting one this year, but I haven't gotten one in years, and I've been okay. Well, schizobilly. Maybe go with your gut. I don't know. I got the flu shot yesterday and my arm is throbbing and is radiating heat. And I can't lay on my left side, so we thriving. All right. There's poison in your arm right now, and that is probably why it's radiating heat. Okay? I got a flu shot earlier today. My arm hurts. Well, that seems to be the general consensus. If you're getting a flu shot, doctor tips that made a huge difference. Get the shot in your dominant arm. You'll move it more and it will hurt less. Oh my... Take 2 ibuprofen before, also for kids or squeamish adults. Try Buzzy Helps. It works for my kid. Or you could not. Confused as to why my arm was sore, forgot I got my flu shot this morning. Well, there definitely is a side effect of losing your memory, for sure. My arm is flu shot on fire, but it's better than the actual flu. It was pretty burny this year. It was pretty burny this year. I got my flu shot today and my arm sore as... Yeah. This ugly ass job done gave me the flu shot. My whole damn arm hurt. Well, yeah. That sounds like a really ugly job that you have if they're going to make you get the flu shot. And yes. Got the supposedly less painful and less post-vax crud flu shot today. My arm feels like I closed it in a car door, but so far, I don't have that rundown feeling. What? Wait a minute. Can we get a timeout? God, can we get a timeout? I got a flu shot today and my arm is sore, so I can only lay on one side. I move a lot when I sleep, and that's my first world problem of the day. Well, yeah, I guess it's a first world problem. But these are the people that are not going to know what's going to hit them in a few years. Like that they suddenly got Hashimoto's, and they're just going to think that it's genetic. These are the people. Why did I take this? I don't know. I don't know. This flu shot right in the muscle is no joke. But you should still get it, just saying. Like, same person. And then, like, she had to, just an hour later, correct herself just so she wasn't called an anti-vaxxer. You know? This is, like this. I can't even find my words right now. But you should still get it. It sucks. It makes you, like, in pain and it doesn't work. But, you know, just get it anyway. I got the flu shot today and I can't move my arm. Yeah. Privilege is a long, hot shower 12 hours after a flu shot to fight off the mild achiness, that is all. So we're now very privileged to be able to, yeah. Got a flu shot tonight at the grocery store. My arm hurts. But you bet I'm writing this down as one of my 3 things I did for other people that my therapist makes me list nightly. But at Publix, you get a $10 gift card if you get a flu shot there. You guys, that's the price of a pub sub, son. No. I got a B vitamin shot and flu shot in the same day, and my body is thoroughly confused. My heart rate is elevated enough to keep me awake through vaccine haze when I wish to be sleeping. Help. In addition, I'm having a flare-up of my chronic illness symptoms. Oh my goodness, Ellen. Girl, I got sick as heck over this weekend after getting my flu shot. I had to call into work on Sunday. Got it. Upper arm is sore. You guys, flu shot this morning, throwing up all night. Wish I didn't. Okay, got a flu shot. It hurt. Why is it that your arm always gets hurt? Okay, did a number on my arm. Left arm is completely numb. I either got a bad dose of the flu shot or I'm having a heart attack. Sarah. Someone check on Sarah today. I've been feeling really blah today. I don't know if I'm depressed or if it's part of the flu shot I got the other day working. Tim, it's the flu shot. This is a society that is lining up to poison themselves. I have a bad headache. I got my flu shot yesterday. It's not a coincidence that I get sick every time I get the flu shot. I don't care what anyone says. You're right. It is not a coincidence, Jessica. It's not. Roll call, how many of you folks are dying from the flu right now? Me. All right, Tiana. We get it. We get it. I'm very pro-flu shot, but I gotta say, 2019 side effects for me have been, and repeat, yeah, we know, Caitlin, that it is extra burny this year. We know. If you're planning to get a flu shot before your book tour, I wouldn't wait too long. My wife and I got it yesterday, and we're both feeling it today in different ways. It's more potent than in the past years, but yes, definitely get it. Some advice from Kimberly. It's like the gift that keeps on giving. Is there not one? I got the flu shot today and I'm feeling amazing. Is that no, not one? Arm sore. I seriously debated skipping my art class today to go take a nap in my car. My flu shot yesterday made me so freaking lethargic and fatigued. You bitches with compromised immune systems can now thank me. I did this for herd immunity, not my own. Well, guess who's going to suddenly be immunocompromised? Aang. Like he thinks he did us all a favor? All of this, you guys, it's like it could go on forever. It's so sad. Woke up this morning feeling like shit. Is it allergies? A reaction to the flu shot? A cold? One may never know. We know, Taylor. We know. We know if you ever want to just reach out to us, we know and we could help you. My arm is always sore for a couple days after the flu shot. I have a bruise on my shoulder from squat cleans, and on the same arm I got my flu shot. Yeah, good for you. I got my flu shot like a week ago, and here I am in bed sick. I'm about to become an anti-vaxxer. Bye, world. Okay, so he's going to join the team. That's okay. You're welcome. You're welcome to our world. This thing's about to boot me off. This is frightening. This is what we're up against. Because bread has chemicals and banana has chemicals, so we might as well. Yeah, I will have to save this. I know you guys need to see. I'm going to save this to a highlight, just so we can enjoy it, you know? So if you ever feel like, should I maybe get you can watch this, you know? All right. I'm going to bounce off. We'll ruin a few other things later on. Bye, guys.